Alright, welcome to the video. In this one we're going to be discussing the 2-3-1 offensive formation. Okay, now just so you know, and this is going to be me talking in general about all formations, I don't count the goalkeeper in the formation. So a lot of people would say, or some people would say, a 1-2-3-1, which would be your goalkeeper, 1, 2 center backs, number 4, number 5. Your 8, which is a center midfielder, your 11, which is the left mid or winger, 7, which is the right mid or winger, and then the 9 as the center forward. Okay, the goalkeeper for me is a given, so that's why I don't say 1-2-3-1. The formation and everybody else changes, and there's various formations you can play that alter defense, midfield, and attack. And the only position that will always be there is a goalkeeper. Always. There will always be a number 1. So that's why I don't count it, just for your reference. Now, this formation is very balanced. You have 2 central defensive players, which allow for good control offensively to play out of the back, and also good presence defensively with 2 usually versus 1 against an opponent number 9. 3 midfielders that 1 is central and 2 are wide. The 2 wide players are designed to create as much space horizontally as possible, so giving space. So you can see here, if they stay on the touchline, the 7 and 11 stay wide, there's a lot of space in the middle that can be played through, whether that's a pass to them into space or pass into a midfield player. So they need to provide width, which is staying on the line or as close to the line as possible. And the number 9 will go as high as possible to try and stretch the opponent vertically this way. And that way there's more area to play in, of course. So that's how the formation is run. Now, in terms of the offensive scenario, I'm going to walk you through how the team would play starting from the goalkeeper. And this is really centered around how my teams would play. So I want you to try and visualize and watch how players move in different scenarios and this is based on where the ball is. Okay, so we're going to start a play here in a second from the goalkeeper. So we have the starting system, which you can see. Let me bring you back a second, sorry. From the beginning frame. So you can see here, this formation, or the way we're set up now, is a starting formation in a 2-3-1. Right, and you can have the build-out lines here, the dotted lines across to give you that segment. Okay, now let me show you from the goalkeeper. Okay, so we have the ball here from the keeper. What I want you to recognize is the 5 and 4, the 2 center backs, drop to receive from the goalie. They're going to go inside the box. I encourage the 11, 7, 8, and 9 to push higher, because that will normally pin the opponent's players back, which means we should have 1 opponent near our goal, and we should be able to play 3 versus 1 in this area. So you can watch here, it'd be 3 versus 1, pretending that there's a defender there, and we're able to play out. So the guy gets the ball. The second the 5 has the ball, then the 11 will drop in to go support to make it easier for a pass, so the center back can play into the winger from the line, because they're going to have a 1 versus 1 usually. So you can see here the player is going to drop in to go receive, and the 8, the center midfielder, goes to support. So we're able to play a ball into the 8. The 5 slides over to support in case we can't play, and the 11 has to play backwards. The 7 might drop a little bit to provide the width in case the ball has to swing. But we're able in this scenario to play into the 8, who's going to play the 1-2 down the line for the 11. Now let's watch here. So the 8 plays back into the 11. As that happens, the entire team, including the goalkeeper, now steps forward and tries to get over half. The goalie is going to remain close to the build-out line. The 5 and 4 are going to get over halfway or close to it. And the 11 now has a 1v1 out wide. And we're going to assume that we're going to get a cross into the box from the 11. So the 9 and 7 are getting ready to crash, with the 8 covering the top of the box in case the ball's cleared. So you're going to see here, we have a freeze frame for a second. The ball's now played in the box, and now you can kind of see the positions. The ball's going into the box. The 9 and 7 are crashing. 8's near the top. 5 and 4 by halfway, and the 1, the goalkeeper, is by the build-out line. So the ball's played in the box. And right there, we're going to pause. You can see the goalkeeper now has maintained or gained possession of the ball. We immediately need to drop out, obviously, to get beyond the build-out line. But you're going to see the kind of shape we take when the opponent wins the ball from the goalkeeper. So the 8 is going to drop in as a 3rd center back. So the 8 will drop in between the middle, which will split the 4 and 5. The 11 and 7 are going to drop in as 2 central midfielders, and the 9 will be the point player. And that is because 2 reasons. The first, primarily, is that most teams we play against like to play kickball, which means they're just going to boot it down the field. We need to be in a position to play against that. The second reason is they normally, when they do this, will leave 3 players as far forward as possible, which means we need to have at least equal numbers or greater. If we leave 3 back to mark man for man, we're equal. If we don't, we're now down a player, and it's 3 opponents versus 2 defenders, which means we're going to be undernumbered. And we're going to struggle to deal with that. So you can see in the final freeze frame here, 3 go back, the 11 and 7 tuck in centrally, and the 1 slides middle. And the other reason is we want to compact the middle area because our goal is in the middle. We want to try and defend this area as much as possible and try and force the opponent wide. Hopefully that makes sense. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. And I will see you in the next video as we talk about the defensive shape that we want to incorporate in 7v7. See you in the next video.